Wild card game against the Dallas Cowboys. I am Casey Phillips here with senior writer and editor Scott Smith. And tonight's game is brought to you by our friends at Advent Health. Man, we are so excited to be here. To everyone in the stadium, so excited you get to be a part of this. To everyone watching at home, thank you so much for tuning in. We know all the Bucs fans are fired up. So let's start by just breaking down some of the big picture things with this game. I know we have a bit of a tail of the tape graphic here to go through. So let's go through some of these big points, especially knowing these two teams are familiar with each other, knowing that they went all the way back to week one facing each other.
Well, Casey, there's no bad teams in the playoffs. They're all good in a lot of ways. And here's a little, like you said, tail of the tape that highlights some areas where both teams are very strong. For instance, the Cowboys get a lot of sacks on defense, but the Bucs are the best at keeping that from happening. You see the third down percentage, nice matchup there, but I want to highlight the second to one from the bottom. This one actually is not strength on strength. Dallas had the best red zone offense in the entire league, and the Buccaneers were 26 on defense. So that's an area where the Buccaneers are going to have to step up tonight in order to stay ahead.
One guy that I know is going to be a big part of the defensive effort, no matter where it is on the field, is Devin White. Tell me what you've seen from him and what you might hope to see from him tonight.
Well, anytime you talk about the Cowboys, you immediately talk about Micah Parsons, their off-ball linebacker who does so much, and he is a definite problem for the Buccaneers tonight. But the Buccaneers also have an off-ball linebacker who can do it all, including rushing the passer, and Devin White always turns it up during the playoffs. This isn't just 5 games. These are his ranks all time amongst Buccaneer defenders in all these categories. Third in tackles, tied for 5th, even in interceptions, most fumble recoveries. Devin White in the playoffs does it all, and he's a very important player for the Buccaneers tonight.
That's going to be incredible. All right, well, now we are going to do our 2-minute drill. This is the one we always love, where I just fire all these questions at you for 2 minutes. So let's put that timer up. Here we go. Our first question: how many turnovers do you think the Bucs force, and who gets them?
Well, the Buccaneers haven't really forced a lot of turnovers for most of the season, but they have been kind of hot lately. And I think you got to look at a guy like Sean Murphy-Bunting, if he gets to play. He's been hot lately. And then, Devin White, he's the man on the scene whenever there are fumbles on the ground. When there's balls on the ground, he's recovered 3 in the last 6 weeks. So those would be the 2 guys I would look at.
Carlton Davis came on my radio show, and we predicted one this week, so I'm taking full credit if he gets one of those as well. All right, how many sacks does the team produce, and who gets them?
Well, I would think maybe 2. I think Dak Prescott moves around very well, so it's hard to get a ton of sacks. But Anthony Nelson's he has a tough challenge against their left tackle, who's very good. But I would go with Anthony Nelson for at least one of those.
All right, who gets the most receptions for the Buccaneers?
You never vote against Chris Godwin in this category. He had 104 catches, was 3rd in the league with 7 catches per game. I mean, he's going to get the ball.
How about the most receiving yards?
Well, if things go perfectly for the Buccaneers, Godwin will have the most catches, and Mike Evans will have the most yards because he hit some big plays down the sideline. So I'm going to go with my hopes here and say Mike Evans.
Which may answer the next one. Over, under Brady, 250 passing yards.
Over, for sure over, yeah. I think that the Buccaneers, he's going to stand in the pocket a little bit longer tonight. The Buccaneers, if they give him good protection, he's going to be able to pile up a lot of yards. Similar
to our Chris Godwin, Mike Evans discussion, how about Leonard Fournette, Rachaad White? Who gets more carries and more yards?
Well, you can't bet against playoff Lenny, right? I think he scored a touchdown in 7 straight playoff games. His touchdowns per playoff game are off the chart. I just think you got to go with Lenny given his track record.
And we'll close with this. Who do you think is going to be a surprising contributor tonight?
I'm very happy to say that is probably going to be center Ryan Jensen, who got hurt on the 2nd day of training camp and now activated just tonight to play in this game. I think he's going to play a lot, and he's going to set the tone, as he always does, for that offensive line.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us on this initial Game Day Live video. Again, we're going to be back here a couple times in stadium to take you through everything you need to know going into kickoff. So for now, one of those things you need to know is how to use the Bucs app to enhance your game day experience. So check this out. Hey, Bucs fans, join the crew and make sure you have the latest version of the official app of the 2-time Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have some exciting features to keep you connected to your favorite team wherever you are. Personalize your experience by turning on notifications for breaking Bucs news, game day alerts, and promotions tailored to your needs. View exclusive streaming content, game highlights, play game day bingo, and more. Use the app to manage your season pass account, and on game day, get even more benefits. Access your secure digital tickets, view stadium maps to find the nearest concessions and restrooms, use your Bucs crew card, and order food from your seats. Climb aboard. Download the updated official Buccaneers app today.